I'm Johnny.
And I'm Scott.
And we are in a pop-punk band from Pennsylvania called The Groundbreaking Ceremony.
Tell your story then.
So when I was a kid, my parents split up when I was really young, and I spent a lot of time moving from school to school in like my adolescent years, which is mostly pretty much like 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And every year, there was like a good 4 years where I wasn't in a school district for more than like 2 or 3 months at a time. And one time I lived in this town in Pennsylvania called Tyrone, and there's a really big neo-Nazi regime there. And so every day whenever I would walk home from school, I had to walk like 3 miles because there wasn't a bus route that went to where I needed to be. It was a really weird area. So I had to walk 3 miles through downtown Tyrone, and every day I used to get harassed on the way home from school by these neo-Nazis because they wanted me to join them, and if they didn't, they would throw rocks at me, or they would come up to me and push me down and like throw me around. And I've done martial arts for a really long time, and I usually just took it and let it go and just kind of like never let it get too far or escalate too far. But I mean, there's always help, and like, I started reaching out to, my parents believed that it was happening, but sometimes there's not much they could do. My mom worked an hour and a half away, so by the time she even got home at like 7 o'clock at night, I already had the black eyes, or I already had the bruises and the skinned knees and stuff like that. But I mean, you never have to take that, and you don't have to let that ruin your life. Like, I know there was a long period of my time that I was really depressed, and I was overweight, which made me an easy target. I used to weigh like what I weigh now at like 5'5", and so I was kind of pudgy, and I never really was confident. And I think like the most important thing you need to know about people that bully other people is that it usually stems directly from insecurities they have in themselves. And you have to know that you're a beautiful person, and you need to know that like there's help out there. You're not alone. You're not the only person that's ever been bullied. And if it's starting to get to the point where it's very serious, like, don't be afraid to get a hold of the police. Don't be afraid to go to your principal. Don't be afraid to reach out to anybody that's near you that you think might be able to help you, because it's the time that you don't do it that it gets too serious and somebody really gets hurt. And I lost some friends in high school because of stuff like this. So I mean, I was never a bully. I was always the bullied. But you just have to believe that it gets better. And emotionally, you need to understand that it gets better, and that high school, if it's happening in high school, is a very small chunk of your life. And they say it's the best time of your life, and it's really not. It's usually the shittiest part of your life. And as soon as it's done, everything gets better. And everybody who was not popular, or who was very popular, is instantly thrown out into a sea of other people that don't give a shit if you were valedictorian, or if you were the star track runner, or the football quarterback for the high school team, and you guys were varsity or whatever. Like, nobody cares outside of high school. So just realize that it's temporary, and that there's help if you need it. And don't be afraid to reach out, and don't be afraid to look in the mirror every morning and say, I'm going to get through today, and I'm strong, and I'm resilient. I'm a beautiful person inside and out, and I'm meant to do great things. You have to dig deep inside your heart, believe that you're meant to do great things, and that things like that won't ever stop you.